Smash the like button if you agree that Rikishi is delusional for being naive about his family's current positions in the WWE. He low-key sounds like a privileged, spoiled brat. The WWE has been built around Samoans since Roman Reigns walked into the building back in 2012.
Now, let's talk about the hypocrisy between Ahmed Johnson and Paul Levesque when it comes to how people view both men. Let's talk about Ahmed Johnson. I don't know why people hate Ahmed Johnson. I'm talking about all you blackies. That's who I'm talking to. All you blackies. Every time I make a video about Ahmed Johnson, every time I put this man over, because Ahmed Johnson was my childhood. So I will forever put over Ahmed Johnson. Every time I make a video about Ahmed Johnson, it's always these blackies who tell me that, oh, Ahmed Johnson sucked. Ahmed Johnson always hurt people. He always botched. Nobody liked him backstage. Ron Simmons hated him. Mark Henry hated him. D'Lo Brown hated him. That's all I hear every day. And it's like, here's why I don't like that shit. Because I know how that feels. I know how Ahmed Johnson feels, right? Because I go through it every day. Fun fact, all of my haters are mostly black men. Fun fact, all of my haters are blackies. A lot of y'all don't know that. The only people who make content about me is mostly blackies. I don't have that many white boy haters. I don't have any Asian haters, Latino haters. It's mostly jealous black men, jealous blackies. Those are the only people who don't like me online. These are facts. I know who does not like me. It's mostly blackies. So, let's play the pattern of behavior game. Let's talk about Ron Simmons. Because every time I put over Ahmed Johnson, people want to bring up some dumbass Shoots interview with Ron Simmons talking crap about Ahmed Johnson. Like I keep on telling you, the most jealous people on this earth is your own kind. The only people who talk shit and are jealous of me is mostly blackies. What does that tell you? Okay, let's compare Ron Simmons to Ahmed Johnson. Bro, it's not like Ahmed Johnson was in the World Wrestling Federation for over 10 years. So please, shut the fuck up. He was not there for that long. He was there from maybe 95 to 98, maybe? I'm guessing. He was not there for a long time. So how come Ahmed Johnson is still way more over than Ron Simmons? Ron Simmons was a hater. He was jealous. From day one, Vince McMahon gave Ahmed Johnson a mega push. Like I keep on telling you, your haters are always your own kind. Let's play the facts on facts game. When you go online, go on YouTube, type in Ahmed Johnson Shoots interviews. It's mostly black men talking shit about Ahmed Johnson. It's never white men. Maybe Paul Levesque, but I'm going to get to Paul Levesque later on because he is a huge hypocrite. Because everybody hated Triple H backstage. So how can you say that, oh, nobody liked Ahmed Johnson? Hold on, bro. People hated Triple H. 20, 30 something years later, people still do. Okay, go back and watch the Hall of Fame. Still to this day, Bret Hart hates Triple H. Go back and watch it. He was disgusted that he was forced to shake the hand of Triple H at the Hall of Fame ceremony. So, bitch, these are facts on facts. Triple H also tried to sabotage Rocky Maivia and many more other men. He hated the Radicals. He did not like Chris Benoit. He did not like Eddie G. He didn't like Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko. He hated Kurt Angle. He hated Taz. He hated Rob Van Dam. He hated Chris Jericho. Triple H did not like little men. He was a hated man backstage. He will tell you he was too. So I don't get it. Why do you blackies keep on burying Ahmed Johnson? Like I said, you pro-blackies are the biggest coons walking this earth. How dare you call me a coon? How? I just defended Naomi 2 days ago. So bitch, fuck you. I support black female fake pro wrestlers, but you don't. All you care about are big, sweaty black men. That is very suspect. Most pro blackies are the definition of coons. That's facts. Let's talk about Malcolm X. Oh, you mean the same pro blackie Malcolm X who called MLK and Uncle Tom? Him? Right. So why are you attacking your fellow black man who is trying to make a change in this society? This is why MLK has a national holiday named after him and not pro-blackie Malcolm X. It's always your own kind who hates on you. All of my haters are always pro-blackies, blackies in general. Okay, so what's a blackie? A blackie is a stupid, ignorant black person. That's what a blackie is, okay? All these crazy brainwashed Ahmed Johnson haters. And it's like, I swear to God, after YouTube, that's when Ahmed Johnson attracted tons of haters. Because all these blackies, all these black men wrestlers, always buried Ahmed Johnson in shoot interviews. But hold on, let's go back to that era. Ahmed Johnson was the top black man on the roster. Let's play the logic game. D'Lo Brown, jobber. Mark Henry, jobber. Ron Simmons, jobber. Godfather, jobber. Like I said, let's play the logic game. I smell jealousy. Those men were jealous because they wanted his spot. Let's talk about Ron Simmons, the overhyped Ron Simmons. His best career was in WCW. Let's speak facts. Okay, Vince McMahon thought so highly of the great Ron Simmons. He put this man in a gladiator uniform, but not Ahmed Johnson. That's where the hate comes from. Ron Simmons thinks, hold on, bro. Why is Ahmed Johnson so pushed, but not me? How come Ahmed was the first black IC heavyweight champion, but not me? That's where the hate comes from. Okay, let's talk about Mark Henry. Wow, Mark. Mark is such a hypocrite, it's crazy. Low-key coon. Okay, so as a black man, you allowed DX to dress up in blackface? Really? You allowed Paul Levesque to dance like a gorilla monkey when he saw you walking to the ring on Raw. But hey, you never said not one bad word about Paul Levesque. But you want to bury Ahmed Johnson, right? I don't get it. Listen, Ahmed Johnson had bravado, okay? He was cocky, arrogant, and rightfully so. He was a top guy. Ahmed was not a jobber. So if Vince McMahon is giving you a monster push, why should you be humble? He was the first black IC champion. Of course, why wouldn't you be cocky and arrogant? First off, Ahmed was friends with Shawn Michaels. So listen, there's this notion, this false narrative that Ahmed Johnson was not liked backstage. Like I said, go on YouTube. The only people who talk shit about Ahmed Johnson is his fellow black men. Like I said, what does that tell you? Ahmed Johnson was very much liked backstage compared to everybody else. He was. Listen, back then, it was a very asshole, toxic environment. First off, Shawn Michaels and Triple H tried to sabotage and bury Rocky Maivia. Bret Hart does not like Paul Levesque or Shawn Michaels. So why do you keep on telling me that nobody liked Ahmed Johnson? What about Paul Levesque? That's crazy to me. This is why I respect the Ultimate Warrior, because he made sure he punked and he bitched around Paul Levesque. He made sure that Paul Levesque was not going to use backstage politics on him. That's why I will forever respect the Warrior for doing that to Paul Levesque. He humbled Paul Levesque. I don't get you people, right? CM Junk hated Paul Levesque for the past 10 fucking years. But yet you want to hate on Ahmed Johnson, a man who was there for maybe 4 years, not that long, right? So all these black people, these blackies who keep making content about him in these shoot interviews are nothing more than jealous black men. It's like, bro, put two and two together. Ahmed Johnson had tons of friends backstage who are not black. Like I said, your main haters will forever be your own kind. Jim Ross, Bruce Pritchard, they never said not one bad word about Ahmed Johnson. They said that man had charisma, personality, he was mega over. They said Ahmed could have been a world champion. Also, Bobby Lashley also looks up to Ahmed Johnson. I don't get it. It's like you forgot. Triple H was a bad person also in the 90s. He was in the clique. Bam Bam Bigelow did not like Paul Levesque. Also, Paul Levesque was a liar. This man said that, oh, I did not want to wrestle Ahmed Johnson because he wasn't good. I'm like, hold on, bro. I watched every match you had with Ahmed Johnson. You never had not one bad match with Ahmed Johnson. Like I said, also, Paul Levesque was also a hater of Ahmed Johnson because Ahmed was more over than Paul Levesque back then. Paul Levesque was the king of hating on other people, but you give this man a hall pass. I don't get it. Here's why Farouk Ron Simmons will go down as the most overhyped black fake pro wrestler of all time. This man did not have a good World Wrestling Federation career. Let's be honest. They put this man in the Ministry of Darkness. They put this man with the acolytes. Another white man. Really? What kind of career did Ron Simmons have? It was not that good like you think it was. He never held a singles belt in the World Wrestling Federation. He was nothing more than a tag team fake pro wrestler. By that same logic, I feel like Ahmed Johnson had a better career in the World Wrestling Federation compared to Ron Simmons, and Ron Simmons hates that. Ron Simmons, he's known for playing poker games, cigars, beer, the APA Protection Agency. He's known for that crap. He's known for, damn. That's what Ron Simmons is known for. He is the damn guy from backstage in segments. Him? You're saying Ron Simmons is credible when it comes to telling Ahmed Johnson stories? No, he's not. Ron was a hater. He wanted Ahmed Johnson's spot. Mark Henry, D-Lo, Godfather, they wanted that man's spot. Also, Stevie Ray, Booker T, they never said not one bad word about Ahmed Johnson. Okay, what's the definition of a coon? To me, a coon is a blackie who talks shit about his fellow black men who are successful. Yes, that's a coon. A coon is not a guy who talks great about white people. A coon is not a man who props up white folks. That is not a coon. A coon is a nigga who talks shit about his fellow black men. That's a fucking coon. Taz also does not like Paul Levesque. Also, I hate when people make up bullshit lies about Ahmed Johnson by saying, oh, Ahmed Johnson was reckless. Ahmed Johnson was hurting people. No, he was not. He was only hurting himself. Ahmed Johnson was only reckless with his body. These are facts, documented facts. He got released because he couldn't stay healthy. He was never hurting his opponent. He was always hurting himself. You see, here's the huge double standard. Ahmed Johnson did not break Stone Cold Steve Austin's neck. Who was that? A white boy named Owen Hart. But for some strange reason, Owen Hart is celebrated like he was a GOAT. Like, I don't get it. He hurt the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And because of that fact alone, Roman Reigns holds the record for the most WrestleMania main events, which means he has more main events at WrestleMania compared to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Whose fault is that? That's Owen Hart's reckless fault. But yet, this mid-carder, Owen Hart was a mid-carder, a low-tier mid-carder. But yet, All Elite Fag Pro Wrestling they named a tournament after this man. That's crazy. Him, the same man who broke Steve Austin's neck. And guess what? To my knowledge, he never apologized. In fact, he thought that Stone Cold was faking his bad neck. Wow, really? Oh, the same Owen Hart who tried to break the neck of Dan Severn. Dan Severn is on record by saying this. He told Owen Hart, hey bro, don't do that sit-up tombstone power driver. Don't do it. But yet, he did it. Dan Severn wanted to fight Owen Hart backstage, bro. Owen Hart was also not a great person. But hey, let's dogpile Ahmed Johnson. Owen Hart almost paralyzed Steve Austin. He almost paralyzed Dan Severn. But yet, yeah, nigga, let's dogpile on Ahmed Johnson. That's all you have. That's all you have when it comes to other fake pro wrestlers talking shit about Ahmed Johnson. All you have are jealous black men who wanted his spot. Mark Henry, D-Lo, Godfather, fucking Ron Simmons, all jobbers. They were jobbers compared to Ahmed Johnson. They were not at that level. So of course, they were haters. It's always your own kind who hates on your success. Ahmed Johnson was very well liked backstage, bruh. How about this? I never heard not one bad word from Goldust about Ahmed Johnson. Like I said, let's play the pattern of behavior game. How come Goldust never said not one bad word about Ahmed Johnson as a fake pro wrestler or as a person backstage? It's always black men, jealous black men. And every time I put over Ahmed Johnson, it's always blackies who tell me, oh, it seems like you're Ahmed Johnson's only fan. I'm like, really? Huh? All my videos about Ahmed Johnson, they get tons of views on TikTok. So please, nigga, shut the fuck up. White people loved Ahmed Johnson. Non-black folks, yeah, they loved Ahmed Johnson. But for some strange reason, it seems like Ron Simmons is the king of all black folks. Whatever he says goes. Whatever he says, we have to stand by it. Really? I don't care about Ron Simmons. He was a jobber. He had a bad career in the World Wrestling Federation, man. JBL was chosen to be the Shawn Michaels of the APA. What does that tell you, you stupid dumb bitch? How come JBL was chosen to have a great singles push, but not Ron Simmons? That's why Ron Simmons was nothing more than a hater of Ahmed Johnson. He wanted his spot. Also, we're talking about the 90s, man. Everybody were assholes back then. Everybody was drugged up. Everybody were assholes back then. Not just Ahmed, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Diesel, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Paul Levesque, The Warrior. Everybody backstage were assholes back then. Not just Ahmed Johnson. Like, I don't get it. Like I said, it's mostly you pro-blackie coons who hate on Ahmed Johnson. Imagine hating on a man who paved the way for Bobby Lashley. Fun fact, the only reason that Vince McMahon pushed Bobby Lashley because he felt like he was the next Ahmed Johnson. The only reason that Vince McMahon pushed Ezekiel Jackson was because he thought he was the next Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson was the first ever black intercontinental heavyweight champion, but that never gets highlighted. I don't get it. He paved the way for a lot of black men to walk in the World Wrestling Federation. He was the first black singles champion. Put some respect on his name. Also, Ahmed Johnson will forever hold my respect. Here's why. He smashed Sunny, the same Sunny who said she don't fuck black men. But guess what? Ahmed Johnson smashed Sunny. That's why Ahmed Johnson will forever hold my respect. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. Didn't Rocky Maivia kick out Farouk out of the Nation of Domination? Fun fact, that was never the plan. The plan was never for Rocky to kick out Ron Simmons. It's just Ron Simmons sucks. He's boring. Rocky Maivia got over organically. Hence why Stone Cold Steve Austin chose him over Farouk. Remember? It was back when, I think Steve Austin was the IC champion, and Steve Austin was in a feud with Ron Simmons. But Steve Austin was bored of Ron Simmons because Ron Simmons cannot promo. So Steve Austin said, hold on, let's go with Rocky Maivia. I think I can have a better program with Rocky Maivia over Ron Simmons. And that's why Rocky Maivia is where he's at today. Stone Cold chose him.